Okay, now we got to get to that 9,000 fan threshold. They gave us 8 turns. Alright, we just need 406 more fans. See if there's a race we need to do right now. Nope. So then we're gonna rest. Is there a race we can do now? Those are mile races. 2,200 fans. This is 4,000. 3,600. Alright, we'll pick up this Elm Stakes race right quick. And we'll race it, see how we do. Okay, Elm Stakes, Sapporo Dirt 1,700 meters. Alright. Alright, setting up middle of the pack. Going into that first corner. And starting to make our move. Super duper stoked. Let's see if we can beat him at the end. Alright, came in second. Alright, over the 9,000 we need. Alright, heading towards the 12,000 we need for the next goal. Alright. Alright, keep training. Speed. Speed. More speed training. Alright. Alright, don't want to risk it, so we're in the rest. Okay, made the goal of 9,000 fans. Let's see how much time we have. 3 turns to get our 12,000 fans, so we probably need to race immediately. Alright, we're gonna add to our skills though. Probably need to add to both. Let's see which one we're doing first. Alright, so after this, the next race is a sprint. Alright, so we'll add the sprint component now from the skills. Sprinting gear. Go ahead and learn that. Races, see if there's a sprint available. Dirt sprint. Alright, we'll do the autumn leaf state. Alright, let's view results. Did not do well on that one. Alright. Only got 209. Alright. Got a race again. It's gonna be a G3 this time. We go with the G3, that gives us more fans. And we'll race and see where we're at. Alright. And we're off. And let's see. Alright, and we finished 4th. Alright. Still short. So we're gonna end up having to race one last time. Alright, so these are the Galaxy Stakes. Let's see where we're at with that. Alright, pushing up to the middle of the pack. Sprinting gears, helping us push up. We're up to 6th place now. Alright, coming around the last corner. And that's going to be a win for us. Alright, that's 1st place for us in the Galaxy Stakes. Alright, so we met our goal of 12,000. Alright, let's see if we can rest or at least work out without having to go back in immediately. Alright, met our goals. So next is top 5, so have 1 turn. So we're going to go with power And we need to finish top 5. And let's see if we have... Alright, we have 188 skill points. Alright, this race is... 1400 sprint. Alright, so... We're gonna go with the flow. Yeah, moderate performance. Do we want to go with moderate performance? Alright, frenzy front runners. Alright, so we just added 2 more skills. Alright, so hopefully that'll help us on our race day to day. Alright, 3,800 fans up for grabs. This is a G3 event. Alright, so hopefully we can add to Haru's legacy. Okay, got a late start. However, alright, we got out the back of the pack, heading towards the middle of the pack. Okay. Alright, one of our skills kicked in, up to 8th place. 7th place. Acceleration up. Need to finish top 5. And we were able to finish top 5. Alright, only got us 475 fans. Alright, we need to be able to break away from the pack some more. Not reaching our top speed, as well as not breaking away from the pack. We're going to go with power again, because that 20% bonus. And we're gonna race February stakes. So this is back. All right, February stakes and. Alright, we're off. We're on the outside. Decent positioning. Alright, however, I end up dropping all the way back. We're going to have to pick the pace up. Feeling rushed. That's not a good thing. Coming around the last corner. We're going to have to definitely pick the pace up in order to finish top 5. It's an all-out sprint to the finish line. And looks like I'll make it. Alright, 3rd place. Need better starts, though. Alright, so we're going to have to go up on wit to help us navigate a little bit better. Alright, 10 turns. See if we can keep our energy up. Alright, let's start with some rest. And try to keep our energy up as much as possible. Alright, so we're going to start with wit. Alright, here comes some inspiration. Any little bit of inspiration will help. Mainly went up on speed. Not the biggest inspiration. Alright, so this says speed. Alright, let's go up on speed. Alright, this says power. I need to go up on wit. Power. I have the rest. Oh, we got night owl. Gonna have to go to the infirmary. That wasted a day. Alright, speed. Speed. Alright, any skills that we can get? Alright, we'll go ahead and get this. Let's see where we're at. Late and end are the two that we're best at. So we're gonna go with acceleration. Has a skill. And see what we can do. We gotta finish top 5 here too. It's a little bit longer. So this is a mile. Alright, so this is the Elm Stakes. Let's see how we do with these Elm Stakes. All right, in 7th place. In striking position. Alright, acceleration did kick in on the straightaway before the final turn. Alright, coming into the final turn. Go with the flow on red shift kicked in. Alright. And that's Haru first at the Elm Stakes. Alright, beat Noguri Cap by 2 lengths. First place goes a long way. Got some more skill points. Met that goal. Alright, so now I need to be first place in the JBC sprint. Alright, so I gotta keep training. Alright, go with stamina. Got a little energy back. Now it gets. Got a little bit of energy back. Now we go with wit. I'm gonna go with speed for the last one. Alright. Alright. Nothing we can obtain here. Side of this. So we'll grab that also. Just in case any little bit helps. And we got to get first place in this 1200. It's a G1. All right. All right, let's see how we fare with this G1 race. Alright, started using our skills early in this G1 race. Alright, middle of the pack. Coming into the final stretch. Using another skill. Alright, top 5, but not first. We need first. End up coming 4th. Try again with that skill. See if we can do a little bit better. Alright. Running this race again. Alright. Come around the last corner. Worst position we could be in. Did not do that well. Alright. 9th place. Let's try again. Got 2 more tries. This and 1 more. See if we can do better and finish first this time. Okay. Currently in 9th place on the straightaway, coming into the curve. This is a very short race. I think finished around 5th, 6th this time. Alright, I'm just gonna try one last time. Otherwise, this is gonna be a career ender for us. See if we can get to first. Alright. This is the last go round. Hopefully it starts better. Got a clean start, but not in the greatest position to make a move. Alright, one of our skills. That's getting us closer to the front, but nope, got caught up. Alright, so that's going to be the end of our career. Not bad for a 1-star. Made it down to the 7th or 8th goal. Only made it to silver fan level though. Alright, so we didn't meet our goal. Yeah. Finished the first 6, and that was it. I made it to rank C. That's not terrible. Any little bit help. Early days of this campaign. Alright, go ahead and adjust the team just right quick. We're gonna see some of these team trials before, team races before I end the stream. Alright, go against another E2. Go ahead and use one of these parfaits to help us out. Alright, won the first race. Won the second race. Won the third race. Probably gonna lose this one. Lost the fourth one. Lost the last race. But won 3 out of 5. Won the first 3. And finished first or second in all of them. So, wasn't terrible. Alright, so I'll be back on here tomorrow to work on this career a little bit more. Alright, later chat. Bye.